So, this whole Canadians are always nice thing. I don't know why that is a thing. I have been, uh, many places, not many places, a few places, that the people are so nice. And Canadians, at least where I'm from, Canadians are just not the nicest a lot of the time. I mean, like, flat out. There are outliers all across the board. So it's not a blatant statement. But there are just not that many nice Canadians anymore that I come in contact with or have heard about. Now, I've been to a few places in the United States, and a couple of places the people are downright nasty, like worse than here. But I've also been to a few places in the US that the people are like 1,000 times nicer than here. So, I don't get it. I think it's just a little stereotype that, I don't know why it was said or what, but maybe there are other places in Canada that I haven't been to that people are really nice there. Or maybe it's an old stereotype that people were nicer here at a point. But all in all, here, there's no customer service anymore, like absolutely none. People have lost their common courtesy and politeness and respect, all of it. And I'm not just talking about young people either, kids, young people, whatever. I'm talking about everyone, every age group. You go through a drive-through, you go into a store, you pass someone on the street. Not that they're supposed to say hi to you or smile at you or whatever, because they have no obligation to if you're passing them on the street, obviously. But it's almost like they avoid, you know? Which again, they have no obligation to interact. It's just more of like a, like a passive-aggressive avoidance, almost. And some people do look at you, but they don't... It's not a polite look, or even a neutral look. It's more mind your own business type of look. And I don't see the point in that, but whatever. For service, it's a lot of times recently, at least in the past, I'm gonna say 5 years at least, I've noticed both on the customer's end too and the employees' end, there will just be a lack of care. You don't even have to be joyful at your job. I'm not expecting you to be like happy or anything necessarily, but just be respectful and polite. But nobody like seems to do that either. It's just someone come up whatever and say through a drive-through, and they'll put in their order, they'll say thank you, or they might not, whatever. The employee will say this is what your total is, blah blah, whatever. But it's all like monotone or like slight annoyance type of thing. And then at the window when you're picking it up, it's the same, like they barely have time for you. They barely acknowledge you. And they either leave you sitting there for like 10 minutes, literally about 10 minutes, at the drive-thru, waiting for you to get your stuff. Or it's like the complete opposite, where they try to get you out as fast as they can, so it's like zero customer service, because they just ship it right out the window. Don't even talk to you, barely look at you. It's sad that that's the way it's gone. And not drive-through either in actual stores. It's, if somebody doesn't know something, like an employee, if they don't know something, they often just stand there stunned, or they're just snippy, where like, I don't know this, whatever. And I mean, typically they go and help you, like bring you to the place where like you can get help. Sometimes they don't, but typically they do. But it's not being polite either, it's them doing their job. It's almost like they're, what's the word, being interrupted, I can't think of the word, but it's a chore for them to do it, and they make it known that. Whatever happened to customer service, politeness, you know? It's sad. When I worked at Tim Hortons, this is going back, gosh, probably 6-7 years, something like that now. I had a job before. This was probably like my 3rd or 4th job at that point. I was nicknamed Smiley by a few of the regular customers because I was the only one that smiled and that just was happy, usually. And I genuinely was pretty happy at that job. Near the beginning, anyway. But the job itself was it was easy. Wasn't too boring unless it was like a really slow day, night, whatever. I could usually blow off rude, bad customers, that type of thing. Pretty easily. I mean, sometimes it got to me, but other times it's just whatever. Brush it off. But yeah, like, I was the only one that wasn't a robotic asshole. And they nicknamed me because of that. That's how bad it is. And that was 6, 7, whatever years ago. It's gotten much worse since. But yeah, that got into a whole nother customer service kind of thing. But if anyone is wondering, Canadians are not, as a whole, really that nice. I mean, lots of us can be, and we just are, as a whole, us, whatever, nice. But Canadians in general, if you're gonna come here and expecting a whirlwind of a difference, don't have your hopes up. And it's sad to say that, but it's true. Hopefully, though, it'll get better. Maybe it'll go full circle and in another 5 years, you know, it'll be the complete opposite. Hopefully. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that. kind of weird video, but who knows?